Hello and welcome back to Binging Last Season, where last week I went from 3,000 viewers to 40. Oops. Now I don't know exactly why this happened, but I have a few guesses. So from now on this channel, we're going to avoid any bleeping profanity and avoid all manner of skullduggery. Anyway, what the fuck am I doing here? Oh yeah, anime. This week I watched the Elf Bride one. Elf Bride, Archdemon Bride, Elf. Hey, how's it going? An Archdemon's Dilemma: How to Love Your Elf Bride. A title that I definitely didn't read off of a second screen just now, is the show that I watched this week. And it was interesting. It was kind of like a roller coaster. Because see, I wasn't that impressed at episode 1. And I try to give anime a little bit of credit and say, well, maybe, you just need some setup time. And then I went back and rewatched the original Naruto series the other day. And I'm going to talk about this in another video, maybe next week, but no excuses, man. You don't have to start slow. You can start as strong as humanly possible. But this show does. It starts weak. And the best way I could describe it is like, have you ever played one of those games? You buy it on Steam and you open it and you sort of look at it and you go, somebody made this game to be played on a phone. Like, that is the specs that this game was made for. It's made to be played on a phone. Why did I even pay money for this? But then 3 hours later, you're still playing it and you're trying to get all the achievements for it on Steam because now you're completely addicted. That was basically my experience with this show. But the first 2 episodes really did make me think that this might have been a better time. And I'd like to make a joke about that and a few other things in the middle of the series. But I can't really do that because I'm trying to avoid having YouTube insert upon the openings that hold mine eyes. Anyway, let's get to what's really holding this show together. This cute and adorable man. And don't get me wrong, the elf is cute too, but I genuinely think the glue holding this show together is how charming the main character is. His name is Zigzagoon and he's a sorcerer. They're known for being evil and looking like this. He meets his elf bride through the technological marvel of slavery. He takes her home, but she has a dark and secret past, and hilarity ensues. And Zigzagoon is most definitely the power fantasy OP protagonist, but I think this series does it in a good way. See, there's certain power fantasies that focus on how strong the character is, and I'm dual wielding. I didn't know you could dual wield. He must be a hacker. But the fact that he's OP is just a factor. It's not the main focus of the series. The main focus is all the characters that are around him and his cute little romance with his elf bride. It's a very cute show. Though that's not to say nothing happens in this show. There are a couple of interesting action sequences and story plot lines that become a bigger factor later in the series. At first, like I said, in the first 2 episodes, I thought this was going to be the biggest nothing burger I've ever seen. But as time goes on, the show definitely picks up. Though all the while, despite him being a sorceress savant, he maintains his inability to deal with normal situations. He's exceptional at sorcery, and that's it. He really doesn't know how to handle other situations. He doesn't know how to talk to this girl that he's super crushing on the whole time, despite the fact that he owns her, so he could just talk to her, which is weird. And he doesn't like to talk about the fact that, I take that back, actually. I'm having a misogyny moment. I need to go outside. Look, it's hard for me to talk about this show without spoiling the entire thing. It's just, there are so many interesting relationship dynamics between all the characters. There are all sorts of characters that pop up all over the story that become the friend group of our hero and his slave elf bride. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun than I expected it to be. I really thought I was going to drop it initially. So if I could say anything about it, I would say just don't drop it. Give it a chance. This show it's definitely shown to be romantic from the start. So it's not cuter than you think it's going to be. It's about as cute as you think it's going to be from the start. It just gets more interesting. And the story gets deeper the further in you go. By, I want to say episode 4, like 3 or 4, it gets pretty interesting and it stays interesting. Also, I will hear no complaints about Barbatos. He's my favorite and you're not allowed to complain about him. He's fantastic and I love him. Anyway, give it a chance. Elf Bride is a great mix of romance, intrigue, and action and interesting plot that happens over the course of 12 episodes. Again, it starts slow, but it picks up really well. It gets very good into episode 6 and into the end. It doesn't lose interest. It just, first 2 episodes weak, the rest of the 10 pretty strong. So I gave it an 8. It's closer to a 7 than a 9, I think. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Just try it. Just give it a chance. Just don't drop it. Don't drop it like I almost dropped it. This might be a bit of a wet blanket of an episode. I'm testing some things to figure out why YouTube decided to dig thine claws into my rib cage and pull it out Mortal Kombat style. I'm hoping that things will go back to normal this week, and if they do, I will definitely be able to put a little bit more effort into the next one. I've just been feeling pretty roughed up thanks to YouTube and their distaste for choice words. So hopefully things turn out better, and if so, well, I'll see you guys next week anyway.